boy, what I'm about to share in this video today is going to righteously piss some people off. And if you're land investing currently, stop. Wait till you hear this message. Now, if you guys are new here, my name is Sumner Healey. I run a business called landinvestor.co. We help folks start, grow, and scale land investing businesses. And we've got an incredible Discord that you guys can join down below. If you want to hang out with 6- and 7-figure land investors, click that link down below. It's free to join. Now, this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because frankly, I think a lot of the information in the land investing space is bogus. And I think even the name land investing is riddled with falsehoods. Now, what I'm going to share in this video is if you are land investing currently, I'm going to give you a North Star that you need to be working towards. This is the North Star that will push you to not only getting to 7 figures, multiple 7 figures in a land investing business, it'll also give you the lifestyle you desire. Because frankly, at the end of the day, what are we doing this for? Most of us are doing this for freedom. This is truly one of those businesses where you can work from your laptop, work anywhere in the world. It's cliche, but it's true. The problem is, why are so few people doing this? Well, it's because they're looking at this business from the lens of a land investor. And what I propose here is an earth-shattering view of saying you're not a land investor, you're a land entrepreneur, so let's start acting like one. Now, you might be saying, Sumner, that's really cute, that's fine and dandy, but what the heck is the difference between a land entrepreneur and a land investor? Well, first off, most people that come into this business, the talking heads, the gurus, have painted a picture that this is a very simple business, this is a very easy business, this is passive income. No, this is a business. We are flipping a widget. It could be land, it could be lawn chairs, it could be trampolines. It doesn't really matter what the widget is. We are flipping it and we're using an arbitrage model to pull this off, right? We're going to one marketplace and buying land. We're going to another marketplace and selling land. This is an age-old business that's been around for decades. And frankly, it's probably been around for longer than decades, maybe centuries. And so the takeaway here is to have explosive results, the results you desire in your land business, you need to start looking at it from the lens of a land CEO or a land entrepreneur. Now let's talk about what would a land entrepreneur, what would a land CEO, what would they do? How would they spend their time? Well, I'm glad you asked. I had to sit down to get comfortable to share this with you. So what I want you to do right now is grab some paper, grab a pen, and start listing out what are the things that you are actively working in your business on a week-to-week basis. Now, I'm going to show you the North Star that we should all be working towards in our land business. If we can start changing our habits, start working in these areas and peeling off these tasks that keep on piling up on our to-do list and building roles around them, we'll start to scale our business. You see, the thing is, if we were looking at this from the lens of a land entrepreneur or a land CEO, we need to start understanding how to build leverage. Leverage is the only way we're going to grow this, right? Just being a better investor has a glass ceiling on it. Leverage is essentially exponential to some extent. And so a lot of people, when they want to grow their business, they say, well, I'm going to become a better investor. I'll go after bigger deals. I'll DD more deals. I'll just do more things. I'll just become more sophisticated. I'll know more. And that works up until a certain point, right? If you're the investor right now who's flipping $1,000 desert squares and you go up to $100,000 beautiful 40 acres in Texas, well, that will have a sizable impact to revenue in your business. But again, you will hit a glass ceiling. The only way we can bust through these limitations is by creating leverage in our business. So let's talk about what should you be working on as a land entrepreneur. Well, this is what it looks like. The first thing that a land entrepreneur needs to be working on is finding capital, bringing capital into the business, right? You need to be getting out there. I always tell people, kissing babies, shaking hands, getting out there, getting in the real world and meeting people who don't know about the land opportunity yet, right? And bringing capital into this business that you can deploy, not just using joint venture funders, not just hitting the easy button, but really pounding the pavement and finding cheap capital to bring into your business that has really good terms. And ideally, you bring in a lot of it. So that's the first thing. The next thing is you need to be going and building roles, right? Going and defining roles in your business and placing people into those roles. Now, frankly, this topic in itself could be its own video. It's not just about defining the roles and building the roles. It's also about bringing in the right people, training them, building incentives to retain them. It's not just about getting a butt and a seat. I often get asked, Sumner, what is your biggest mistake starting your land business? And frankly, it was hiring people that just weren't that good, right? I would bring in anyone with a heartbeat and put them in a seat and say, all right, you do your thing. And they perform at a typically suboptimal level. And it still felt good to get that work off of my plate, but they were not driving growth. They were more just kind of hitting maintenance in our business. And so really, really important that you're defining those roles, that you're finding the right people, and you're learning how to retain them. Because once you have A players on your team, It's your job to make sure they never leave you. All right, quick interruption. If you are looking to grow a 6 or 7 figure land investing business, you're most likely going to check out our land investing scholarship. This gives you access to the Leah Group coaching program at discounts never before seen, allows you to work with myself and directly with our team of Leah coaches. If you think you're a good fit for it, I recommend applying. The link is down in the description below. If you are selected, we'll move forward with a call and get everything going. Anyways, back to the video. So we've got raising money, we've got building out roles. The next thing you should be doing is blessing deals. Now, look at the word I use here, blessing. Not reviewing deals, not DDing deals, not going into the weeds on deals, blessing deals. So on the acquisition side, your acquisition team or your lead qualifier, they get all the DD done, they prep it, they say, hey, I think we can sell this deal for 100K, and then we can buy it at 45 or 50K. Then you go in and you bless it. What you don't want to have is when a team member comes and says, hey, here's a deal, what do you think? No. Prep that lead, get it to the finish line, and then you bless it. It's the same thing on the dispo side, right? A realtor sends a contract to buy a property from us, team reviews it, they redline any things in the contract, they say, hey, Sumner, this is what we found. Yes or no, bless that deal. In total, your time blessing deals should be pretty darn minimal week to week. The next thing is reviewing KPIs. Now, again, really important, the words I'm using here. You're not creating KPIs, you're not maintaining the KPIs. That is someone on your team doing that. You are reviewing the KPIs and making decisions based off of the feedback that you're seeing within the numbers. The best business owners, the best entrepreneurs use data as the indicator on what they should do next or what they should stop doing in their business. And then the last point, in my opinion, is future planning or being the visionary in your business. And one thing that I need to add here as an asterisk is we just went through all these items, right? This is the day-to-day of what a land entrepreneur should be working on. This is the North Star you should be working towards. And if anything is not lining up with that, start peeling it off. Now you know what you need to do, right? Go to point number 2, start defining roles and peeling that stuff off your plate. The reality is we are always going through this process. It's iterative. There's always things that are coming onto my plate that I need to push off and get somewhere else or get a role placed for someone to run that. Now, one thing that's really important to break down here is that this is going to be cyclical, right? In this business, when we're talking about future planning or goal setting or creating vision, what's going to happen is you're going to say, hey, in the next 6 months, our push is to go and do subdivides. Our push is to go do an entitlement deal, whatever it may be, whatever that push is. Whatever you think the next step is in your business to give you and your team the most amount of opportunity, you need to go and be forward looking, and then you are going to be the one to execute on that, right? Anytime we have a new push in our business, I am the guy getting my hands dirty and like get out of it as quickly as I can. And so this is cyclical, right? There are going to be times when you are casting a vision and you're going to go execute on it temporarily. You're going to lead the charge. You're going to bring your team in, and then you're going to start to pull out. And one of the reasons that we do that is to build goodwill with the team, to say, hey, you're not too good to get your hands dirty. The other thing is when we're building out new divisions or opportunities or units within our business, I need to understand how those go and work, right? There's been inflection points in our land business where we went, hey, we're going to go build a really big owner finance portfolio. And in 7 months, we went from $2,000 a month in recurring revenue to $20,000 a month in recurring revenue. You can bet your butt I was deep in the trenches at that time because I was learning the owner finance game. 8 months ago, we said, hey, we're going to do a big push to go and start bringing in subdivide deals into our business. You could bet your butt I was DDing those deals. I was going way deeper on them than a normal deal because I needed to understand that process. Now we're 8 months in, we just had our first subdivide hit the market, and I'm starting to kind of pull back a little bit, right? So this is going to change over time. But again, if you are not in the seat of casting a vision, you'll never actually have a cyclical nature, right? You'll always be in this kind of busy stage of just doing a lot of things, but rarely moving the needle. You see, ultimately, at the end of the day, your objective as the CEO is to continue to give opportunities to yourself and to your team. And typically, the only way to do that is by looking forward, right? Games are always changing, markets are always evolving, and you need to be the one looking forward. Now, I can already hear you saying, Sumner, this is so different than what I'm spending my time on. Well, here's the thing. If you're just getting started, understandably, you're going to be wearing the land investor hat. But again, this is the North Star. This is what you need to be working towards. If you want to grow in this business, it's not just about becoming a better investor. It's about becoming a CEO or becoming a business owner. And those are kind of the key objectives of how I'm trying to spend my time. And the more time I spend there, the better our business gets, right? And anything that starts creeping up onto my plate, because things will, It's just the nature of running a business. I am judicious to get those things off my plate as fast as possible, right? I want to encourage you to do the same.